Do you believe if I say we Americans waste $450 million per day on average? Unbelievable, right? That's $164 billion every single year. It breaks down to about $1.37 per American daily. Seems manageable? Think again. Because the reality is so much worse. Each of us wastes over $2 every day throwing perfectly good food in the trash. That leftover pizza, expired milk, vegetables rotting in your fridge, we're literally tossing $708 annually into garbage cans. We pay for subscriptions we forgot existed, Netflix we never watch, gym memberships we never use, apps gathering digital dust. That's $17 monthly or 57 cents daily flowing down the drain. And here's the big one. We spend $5 every single day on impulse purchases. That 2 a.m. Amazon cart, convenience store snacks, random Instagram ads, pure financial self-destruction. Add it all up, and Americans are setting fire to over $7.50 daily. Per person, that's nearly $2,800 per year.
To put this insanity in perspective, we're burning through $450 million daily. That's more than the entire GDP of nations like Palau and Tuvalu combined. Countries whose entire economies produce less than we waste in 24 hours. It's even more than Disney rakes in worldwide each day. But here's the kicker, we keep doing this while complaining we're broke. Why? Because we Americans are just fools, blinded by convenience and manipulated by marketing into handing over our hard-earned cash without thinking. We're watching our financial futures evaporate while whining about not affording houses. Speaking of houses, whether you're 20 or 40, those wasted dollars could be your down payment. They could become a $4 million retirement nest egg. They could eliminate student loans or fund that dream vacation you keep postponing. But instead, we're choosing to stay poor. So stay tuned. I'm about to expose exactly how you're being financially manipulated and how to stop the bleeding before it's too late.
You know that feeling when you check your bank account and think, where the hell did all my money go? Like you're not buying yachts or designer handbags, but somehow your paycheck just vanished. Well, turns out you're not going crazy. You're just American. Why Americans are bleeding money. Here's the deal. The average American household wastes between $18,000 and $25,000 every single year. That's not investing losses or bad luck. That's pure financial self-sabotage. We're basically lighting a new car on fire annually and wondering why we can't afford nice things. Think about it. $18,000 wasted means you're working roughly 4 months every year for absolutely nothing. 4 months of your life, gone. Poof. And the kicker, most people have no idea it's happening. The research shows 38% of Americans admit they eat out too often, 34% can't stop impulse buying online, and 25% are paying for streaming services they forgot existed. It's like we've turned wasting money into an Olympic sport, and somehow we're all going for gold. But here's what's really messed up. While we're throwing away $25,000 annually, the average American only has $62,410 in total savings. We're wasting money faster than we can save it. It's financial suicide in slow motion.
How money waste actually works. Money waste isn't dramatic. It's not one big purchase that ruins you. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Small, seemingly harmless decisions that compound, like interest working against you. Take food delivery apps. Seems innocent, right? But Americans spend an average of $2,400 per household annually on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and similar platforms. That $15 burrito becomes $23 with delivery fees, service charges, and tips. Order twice a week? Boom. You just spent more on delivery markups than most people spend on groceries. Or consider this, 84% of Americans spend money on what researchers call financial vices. Alcohol, lottery tickets, gambling, tobacco. The average person drops $325 yearly on lottery tickets alone. That's $325 for a 1 in 300 million chance of winning, when putting that same money in a basic savings account would guarantee growth. The psychology behind this is brutal. Companies study your brain, like scientists study the lab rats. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you spend. Impulse buying triggers people, which include online ads, 58% of people, sales and discounts, 57%, and emotional states like boredom or stress, 21% of people.
The social spending trap, here's where it gets social. Money waste isn't just personal, it's cultural. We waste money because our friends do, because Instagram makes us feel poor, because keeping up appearances costs more than most people's rent. Millennials and Gen Z are getting absolutely destroyed by this. They have the highest rates of wasteful spending, with 54% of millennials and 50% of Gen Z regretting most of their impulse purchases. But they keep doing it. Why? Social pressure mixed with one-click purchasing is like giving a gambling addict a casino in their pocket. The average American spends $1,800 annually buying clothes similar to what they already own. We're literally paying premium prices to duplicate our existing stuff. It's like buying the same movie on DVD 12 times and wondering why your entertainment budget is shot. Your first line of defense. Want to stop the bleeding? Start here. Any purchase that comes with urgency is probably designed to scam you. Limited time offer. Only 3 left. Sale ends tonight. These aren't opportunities, they're psychological warfare. Real deals don't need countdown timers. Real value doesn't require pressure tactics. If someone's rushing you to spend money, they're probably trying to prevent you from thinking clearly about why you don't actually need their product. But this is just surface-level defense. The real money drains are hiding in plain sight, engineered by people who understand your psychology better than you do. How money drains actually function behind the scenes. Now, let's get into the mechanics of how these money traps actually operate, because once you understand the system, you can beat it. Subscription services use something called negative option billing. Sounds fancy, but it just means they automatically charge you unless you actively stop them. They make cancellation deliberately difficult, hidden in settings, requiring phone calls, or offering pauses instead of cancellations to keep you hooked. Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, that meditation app you use twice, they're all banking on you forgetting. The average American has 2.6 streaming subscriptions, but only actively uses 1.8 of them. That's $205 annually on services you've forgotten exist. But streaming is nothing compared to utility waste. Your house is bleeding energy 24/7. Things plugged in but not actively used cost the average household $100 annually just sitting there. Leave your AC running when you're not home? That's another $300 yearly. Water heater set too high? Another $200. These aren't dramatic wastes. They're invisible, consistent drains that add up to $1,416 annually per household. It's like having a small leak in your roof that you never notice until your ceiling collapses.
The brand name scam. Here's something that'll piss you off. Generic medications are legally required to have identical active ingredients to brand names. Same drug, same effectiveness, but Advil costs 300% more than generic ibuprofen. Americans waste $400 annually on brand names when generics are scientifically identical. This extends beyond medicine. Store brand cereals are often made in the same factories as name brands, just with different packaging. But we pay premium prices because marketing convinced us that Tony the Tiger somehow makes cornflakes taste better than identical cornflakes in a different box. The convenience store markup trap. Speaking of markups, convenience stores are financial predators disguised as helpful neighbors. That $3.50 energy drink costs $1.25 at grocery stores. That bag of chips marked at $2.99, it's $1.49 literally everywhere else. Americans spend $800 annually on convenience store premiums. We pay double or triple for basic items because we're too lazy to plan ahead. That convenience fee adds up to more than most people's monthly car payment.
How banking fees compound your problems. Banks have turned fees into profit centers. ATM fees average $4.55 per transaction. Use an out-of-network ATM twice weekly? That's $473 annually, just to access your own money. Overdraft fees are worse. Banks process your largest transactions first, maximizing the number of overdrafts they can charge. One bad day can cost you $175 in overdraft fees for transactions totaling $20. The average American pays $329 annually in various bank fees. That's paying your bank nearly $30 monthly for the privilege of them holding your money and lending it to others at profit. Product waste you never consider. Americans throw away $150 annually in product waste. Toothpaste tubes with 20% still inside, conditioner bottles you can't quite empty, laundry detergent because you use twice the recommended amount. We're literally throwing money in the trash because we can't be bothered to fully use what we buy. It's the financial equivalent of throwing away the last slice of pizza and ordering a new pie.
The extended warranty scam. Extended warranties are almost pure profit for retailers. Consumer Reports found that most electronics fail either within the manufacturer's warranty period or well after extended warranties expire. But Americans spend $400 annually on these largely useless protection plans. Best Buy makes more profit on a $200 extended warranty than on a $1,000 laptop. They're not protecting your device, they're protecting their profit margins. The pattern here? Small, seemingly reasonable charges that compound into massive annual waste. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, except each cut costs you real money.
Insider secrets. How the system actually rips you off. All right, time for the real insider knowledge that financial institutions hope you never learn. These aren't theories. These are documented cases of how Americans got financially destroyed and exactly how you can avoid the same traps. Chase Sapphire Preferred has a dirty secret. Their minimum payment calculations are engineered to keep you in debt for decades. Real example, customers with $5,000 balances who made only minimum payments ended up paying over $16,000 total. The math isn't accidental. It's designed to generate maximum interest revenue. Here's how it works. They set minimum payments at just 2% of your balance. Sounds reasonable until you realize that at 18.99% APR, you're barely covering interest. Your $5,000 debt becomes a 20-year mortgage on stuff you probably forgot you bought.
Mortgage brokers have an even slicker scam. In 2020, consumer investigations found brokers advertising 3.2% rates while hiding $3,000 to $8,000 in origination fees buried in 47-page documents. They bank on you not reading everything. Always demand the loan estimate form. It's federally required and shows all costs up front. Investment advisors play both sides. The 2019 SEC investigation resulted in $125 million in fines because major firms were pushing high-commission products instead of better client options. Here's the insider knowledge. Fee-based advisors still get kickbacks from product sales. Only fee-only advisors work purely for you.
Advanced defense strategies that actually work. Credit score manipulation has legal hacks most people never discover. Credit piggybacking works if you know the timing. Get added as an authorized user on a family member's high-limit, low-utilization card, but ask to be added on their account anniversary date for maximum score impact. Real example, adding yourself to a $10,000 limit card with a $500 balance can boost your score 40 to 60 points in 30 days. This strategy helped thousands qualify for mortgages in 2022 despite limited credit history. Payday loans charge 400% APR, but credit unions offer emergency loans at 28% APR for the same financial emergency. Same need, massively different predator. Always check credit union alternatives before considering payday loans. Car dealerships use the four-square method to hide true costs. They focus on monthly payments while sneaking in extended warranties, paint protection, and financing markups you never agreed to. Counter strategy? Negotiate total price first, secure outside financing before visiting, and say, "I need to think about it" to any add-ons.
Your 30-day financial transformation blueprint. Week 1. Credit score optimization. Become an authorized user on a family member's account. Pay existing cards down to under 10% utilization. Check your credit report for errors. Disputing mistakes can boost scores immediately. Week 2. Negotiation implementation. Call your phone company, insurance provider, and one subscription service. Use this exact script. I've been a loyal customer for X years. What retention offers do you have available? Most people save $200 to $400 on their first attempt. Week 3. Investment foundation. Open a Fidelity account and invest in FZROX, their total market index fund with 0% fees. Typical actively managed funds charge 0.75% annually. On $100,000 invested, that's $750 saved every year. Set up automatic $50 weekly investments. Week 4. Defense system installation. Implement the 24-hour rule for any financial decision over $500. Practice saying, "I need to think about it." This single boundary prevents average losses of $2,340 annually from impulse financial decisions. Install app blockers for shopping websites during emotional moments. Delete stored payment methods from Amazon and other one-click retailers. The extra 30 seconds to re-enter payment info stops most impulse purchases.
The bottom line, Americans lose more money to engineered financial traps than most countries spend on education. But now, you're armed with insider knowledge, specific defense strategies, and exact action steps. The average American dies with $62,410 in total savings after 40 years of working. But eliminating just $20,000 annually in waste and investing it at 7% returns creates $4 million over a lifetime. That's 64 times more than the typical American saves. The system is designed to keep you financially dependent. Now, you know how to break free.